Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my job shop. Welcome to my channel, now on Rumble. It's been a while since I've had a video, and I do get contacted. And, you know, life gets in the way. As a YouTube creator, it's not, I'm not a YouTube creator as a sole source of income. It is not even considered as income. It's just an extra slush fund that comes in and helps your, you know, with props and camera gear and stuff like that. If it barely pays for that, so it's basically got to be a joy. And I will continue being a YouTube creator as long as it's fun. That's the only reason why. I wanted customer awareness, and then I noticed that I was sharing my tips, tricks, talents, and taking you through on a venture of taking chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad for my customers along the way. And sometimes we have some other things that are going on, projects and rebuilding and stuff like that. I actually am in my career at 48 years now. So I'll be 66 in November, and I may be running this shop until 70. Who knows when that retirement age of turn right machine works. All right, I'm always going to tinker till I'm dead, but you know, physically retiring, that will be coming up. But I don't have any tendency to want to stop doing videos now. So but anyway, business was busy, and then we had 2022 taxes come up. I've got that out of the way, and then the ex wanted to make another trip through probate court, and of course that wasted time and money. No, you know, ever since our current administration in office now, I'm not trying to get Republican, Democrat, or anything else on you. We've had open borders. Now, I grew up in the South, 40 miles from the border in California. 30-something years of my life was there. And as soon as those borders became open, I went down and got my LTC, and I've been spending a lot of time at the range. So all these extra activities here have really been taken away from editing videos. But I'm starting to get back into that mood again, and I want, as long as it stays fun, like I said, I'll be getting back into it. Another situation here is I've given Google and YouTube a year to sync all my videos over on Rumble, which was just going into Rumble on my settings there, and then going here, YouTube, put in my channel, sync. So they loaded up a couple dozen videos, and then it was stalled out there, and it's been there. And this is another example of media control. We all know that I shit canned Facebook back a couple years, and I've never looked back. I actually have MeWe now and a few other things. Anyway, here in the last week, I have found my backup hard drives, and I've had a little bit of issue with them. But now I've got in a roll, and I'm starting to load 25 to 30 videos that I've already loaded on YouTube, and they'll be viewable at both of them. Both Rumble and YouTube will have all of my videos. I'm not putting any more on one than the other, except for I do have one video on Rumble that YouTube doesn't have. Other than that, they're equal. So in the evenings here, I've been loading up videos on Rumble so that my collection is equal to on each side. I have over 800 videos, and I've have about 100, maybe close to 100 of them loaded now. So it's gonna probably take me, probably work it out within the rest of the month or so to get those loaded up on there. But I'm having to do that instead of YouTube automatically handling the sync, which I've learned that it's not always under your control. You got to take matters and do it yourself. So that's what I'm doing. All right, Pearl. Let's get on to a video here. Pearl is basically been sitting since she come in here. I've got it assembled, and then I'm going to get going on the headstock because I want to go ahead and get it painted and set ready to mount onto the bed. Okay, the headstock went up with the rest of the components up to Mechanics Machine Works Incorporated in Rhode Island, and they needed this one to make sure that the cross feed and everything else jived with the alignment of the spindle. Okay, so they did some work down underneath here and this and that, but I had to temporarily put the spindle back in here, and I'm getting ready to pull this out, and we're going to finish up the paint job on the gearbox housing here, and we're going to get this mounted up on there. So that's kind of my next step, because I want to start getting into making that spline shaft and doing a lot of the repairs inside here and start getting this back together. I'm excited about this lathe, but it can interfere with my customers' working projects coming in and out of here. We do have a new project that is going to be started here this next week, and I'm going to go ahead and create a video series on it, and I'm actually going to be building a drill press from scratch for a fence company. All right, and that'll be, I've already done 2 before for another fence company, and the word has passed on to the new company, and they like the product, so I have another one to build. It's we'll get into the particulars on that as I do that video as well. All right, so in the last couple weeks, while I wasn't doing videos, I had a couple of my viewers reach out to me, and the first one was John Mercer. John Mercer asked me if I wanted a Jacobs spindle nose collet, rubber collet assembly, and I love them. I've actually ran them before, and I said sure. So he sent me that one. I'm gonna grab my chuck key here real quick. Just so I can lock it in. And I guess one of these other locks is not. Yeah, that was the one hindering it. Okay, so he had the actual closer and the backup that matched the D1 or D6 holder or spindle, no spindle adapter. So I needed the rubber collets, and as soon as I took this out of the box and I checked it out and I fit it on there, and for its age, this thing is in beautiful, beautiful condition. And I want to be able to run small items in here with comfort and accuracy, and this is a great tool to have. So immediately I got on eBay on the computer. And I'm in there. I says, okay, I need some rubber collets. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm in there. And in one night, I outbid this collection here. And I also bought this collection outright. And of course, these have got vague pictures sometimes on eBay. This rubber collet here was kind of toasty, burnt. So I had this set, and it wasn't really complete. It had an oddball in here. Okay, but these all look really well. This is a nice box. Okay, I will be reposting these for sale, or if I know somebody that actually needs some. I have extras now because my obsessive compulsive behavior let me go out and spend hundreds of dollars, which I still came under the original cost of this thing here. But anyway, what I'm saying is I've actually got 2 matching boxes with a full set, and then I have a couple extra boxes here with good collets in it that somebody else may enjoy. All right. So anyway, I thank John very much, and this is gonna be great. I think it's gonna really come in handy. At the same time, that he was sending me that, I had already looked at and ordered and have I didn't even feel the right size, you know. Of course, I'll have to adjust them. I don't have them set right now. This is a nose collet bore star for 5C collets. So my entire collection of 5C collets will be able to run in here. And then this actually has a chuck key closer. So I pretty well have collet capabilities on Pearl now. And I'm going to be taking the really nice 3-jaw that I have on the Rutland and picking up a backing plate, and we're going to be setting that up. And the 4-jaw, I think the 4-jaw that came with Pearl, I got to take her apart, take a look at it, and clean it up and take a look at it, and we'll probably be satisfied with it. And from there, we'll build a collection, faceplate, and all of that. All right, so I think I'm going to start taking this apart, get this out of here, and then I'm going to be painting this, and then we'll bring when I come in with the next video here, we'll probably be putting this on Pearl and mounting it on there for the duration. All right, I want to bring you around to the back of Pearl now, and I'm actually going to show you the weldment that I designed and built to hold the new motor in the right location. Okay, now somewhere right around in there is where we had this figured, maybe back a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, about right there, because it was about an inch back from this face right here. And we had a dimension that was up here that we measured up. And that's how we configured the amount of height that we needed to. And this plate here is in the middle of its adjustment up and down. And I just set these on here so I could pull them on and off, but also too, they're not laying around. Be able to reach in here and get the adjustment and tune it up and down. The main importance was we changed the speed of the motor, kept the same horsepower, but the belt travel was imperative that we kept that in the same location so that the belts would clear the other components that are inside the opening here and the edge of this right here. So we're happy with it because we've gone through our notes and we've measured out here, and we had one adjustment we had to make, but that was just quick and simple, and we did that. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to want to paint this the same time we paint the gearbox, the main gearbox, and the cover. And so we're just kind of getting the components ready, because once this is painted, we can bolt this thing down and it'll just about be ready to figure out our path for our wiring and stuff like that. So we're going to be installing all new wiring and control for this motor, and we're probably going to do something new with the switch, but the switch location will be back in its original spot and the same options that it had before. So that's a view of our weldment, and I'll take a few shots through the opening here so you can see how it looks from other angles here. We actually got to get our button gear and get this prepped, primed, and painted as well. The cross slide here is really ready to go except for the paint job. While we're going through this non-video state, we had another volunteer that came to me and asked if I would like my compound rebuilt. So I packaged up the compound and I sent it off to Josh Huther, and he is, I've just seen a couple pictures of what he's already done, and he's just an immaculate, beautiful piece. He's even painting the compound to match the smoke gray color here, so that it's ready when it gets here. It'll be just a bolt on here, and it just floors me, the help and the quality of his work there. So this is going to be a real nice surprise when it gets here. I believe he said he sent it off there next week or last week, so it should be probably showing up here this next week. We'll see. So I've got to get this going here as well. So you can see, besides I did paint and install the flame hardened Monarch lathe tag on the side of the bed, and that just brings it to life there. I really like that. It looks good. And that was nothing more than just sandblasting and cleaning every bit of paint off of that thing, and then painting it in with the black Rust-Oleum with the little bit of Japan dryer in there, and then taking a squeegee and squeegeeing the surface of the top of it, and that took almost all the paint off. And then I as far as the raised surface, and then I let it dry there. Lisa and I went away for the weekend and came back, so I didn't have my fingerprints in it, because watching paint dry and me just, I ended up messing it up. All right, so I didn't mess it up. I took in a little bit of a hard sponge and a little bit of paper, and I just rubbed it on the top surface and gave it that brush finish, and there you go. Back on the lathe and looking good. All right, I just really wanted to update you with what's going on here and reasoning for video declining, or the other way around. You've seen when I've obsessed about videos and I just cram a lot of them out there and give you a lot of viewing time. I am concentrating, and I will be concentrating steadily and hard on getting every video that I have up on Rumble. And then we'll see about there later on. I think I'm going to be doing regular videos, but I think I might actually start doing some live video sessions. Now that I'm set up for live videos, I might become live on Rumble as well. We'll just see how things go into plan. All right. So it's a beautiful day, and oh, by the way, I did my little 944 left on the trailer yesterday, so I've kind of given that project to someone else, and she going on down the road. The Indian Roadmaster is kind of my new girlfriend, and so she's taken preference, and ever since I got her, the other one kind of gets neglected. So anyway, we hope she has somebody that gets in and uses her a lot more than I was in the last year. All right, until next time, get her done.